This is a video that I've been wanting to make for several weeks now. To be honest, I was a little intimidated by the amount of editing I felt like I was going to have to learn in order to do this video justice. So, last couple weeks I haven't put out a video, but I've been working on this one, doing the research, doing the numbers, learning editing techniques, watching more YouTube videos on how to properly edit my videos because I want it to be clear, I want it to be concise, I want it to keep your attention. So hopefully this video meets that standard that I put on myself. This is going to be very different for me, so if you see anything that I could do a little bit better or any suggestions that you may have, please put it in the comments down below because this is totally new to me, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So hopefully you can stick with me, enjoy learning the differences about cost efficiency between 1 ounce, 5 ounce, and 10 ounce bars. And if you like this type of video, I can do more like it. You can give me suggestions. I can make videos on whatever topic you guys want me to, but this is just one that I thought would be very educational and useful. So thanks for clicking on the video. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Silver Augustine. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. When I first started stacking silver, I noticed there were so many different variations in sizes. There's obviously grams, kilograms, and then there's ounces. And I've never really been one to get into grams. It's just a little bit easier for me to do the math with ounces, and that's what I'm more familiar with, so I stick with that. If you want information on grams, you can either just do it on your phone, calculate how many ounces in a gram. This video should still be relatively helpful, but honestly this is a lot more of an ounces related video. That being said, you have multiple different variations of ounce bars, and I would say that most commonly, without argument, are going to be your 1 ounce bars, your 5 ounce bars, and your 10 ounce silver bars. A lot of people buy the kilos. I'm not going to talk about that today, but the same concept would be still applied as the concept that I'm going to discuss in this video with you, explaining to you the difference between premiums and why buying one may be better than buying the other. In order to better help visualize what I'm talking about and the numbers that I'm giving out, I'm going to be putting information on the screen, so if you're interested or if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video, take a look at the information that I'm putting on the screen, and hopefully it'll help you out. So what I did for this experiment, I tried to negate my variables as much as possible. So what I did was I went with 5 of arguably some of the top online bullion websites. I know a lot of you guys try to buy from your local coin shop, but at the same time I understand that between sales and buying in bulk and prices dropping, all the different factors that vary into it, most people really do spend a fair amount of their money on bullion websites. So for that reason, that's what I went with. So if you buy from an LCS, I feel like it would probably be a similar situation to what I'm about to read off here, but I've got 5 of the top bullion websites, and I'm going to explain to you the price differences between their 1 ounce, their 5 ounce, and their 10 ounce bars. So like I said, in order to remove the variables, what I did on all 5 websites is I went to their 1 ounce silver bar section. I put on the filter for the lowest price, and what I did was I ignored everything that was on sale and I went with their 5 lowest priced bars. And if you buy them at a quantity of 300 or more, you'll get a lower price than if you only buy one. But for the sake of this video, on every single site, I pretended like I was only going to buy one bar. Whether it was the 1 ounce, the 5 ounce, or the 10 ounce bars, I priced them all as if you were only going to buy one of that bar, and I did that with the 5 cheapest bars on all 5 of these sites. So just to be clear, as far as the more premium bars go, I can't guarantee that the information and the concept displayed in this video would be accurate, but I can tell you if you're just looking to stack silver and you're trying to find silver at a good price that's affordable size, then this is the video that you're going to want to watch all the way to the end for the final results. Or if you want to just skip right to it, go ahead, but I'm going to kind of walk you through what my process was, and I think it's kind of surprising at several different sites how they price things, but overall they had a consistent theme, and that's kind of what the point of this video is. So whether you're one of those people who likes to just stack cardboard boxes full of 1-ounce silver bars because you like more fractional, that's fine, you do you. I'm going to show you the numbers in here, and maybe it'll change your mind, or maybe you'll really like the benefits of what you're doing, and you'll realize in this video that it's worth it to you to do that. Same if you like to stack only 10s and you don't ever stack 1 ounces. Maybe this will change your mind or sway your opinion a little bit. So I have a little bit of all, and I'm going to show you what that means as far as buying power goes if you're just trying to stack the cheap stuff. So for Bullion site number 1, the 5 cheapest 1-ounce bars that they had on their site averaged out to a premium of $5.19. So like I said, I went through the 5 cheapest 1-ounce bars that I could find on their website, not on sale, because that's obviously a variable that you cannot rely on. If it's on sale, awesome, you'll get a better discount. But when you go on this website on just a regular day and you're looking to buy any old regular 1-ounce bar, but you're not trying to buy something premium, you are going to be paying on average at least a $5.19 premium per ounce on their 1-ounce silver bars. I went on to Bullion site number 2, and on average, if you go and buy their 5 cheapest bars in the 1-ounce size, you're going to be paying a premium of $5.13 per ounce for the 1-ounce silver bars. Now these prices are definitely a little bit higher than market value, and if you've been stacking silver for any amount of time, you may even have an idea of the names of some of these bullion dealers that are a little bit more on the pricey side, but this is just the way they do business. Clearly they're still in business, so people are buying at these prices. If it's worth it to you, you do you, but it's definitely worth shopping around if you're paying prices like this. I'll tell you right off the bat, check on a couple other websites and price match, see what's going to be the best bang for your buck. These top 2 are definitely not it. I'm just going to go 1 to 5 on these sites in order of what has the highest premium to the lowest premium. So first site was $5.19, second site averaged $5.13 on their cheapest 5 bars. On the third bullion site that I went to, they averaged on their 5 lowest a price of $3.07 per ounce. Now, it's a drastic difference from the first 2, but I'm just showing you across the board on all these sites the common theme that this video is about. So the fourth site that I went to averaged $2.98 per ounce over spot for their 1-ounce silver bars. And finishing off with the lowest price on bullion site number 5, their average premium on 1-ounce silver bars was $2.35, and that's compared to number 1 being $5.19. Quite a difference. But just keep in mind, this video is not about what sites you need to buy on, what sites you don't need to buy on. It's showing you a common theme when you go to buy silver, and all of these sites actually stay pretty consistent with the theme, as you'll see when we move into the 5-ounce category. So moving on to the 5-ounce bars, you'll actually notice that originally bullion site number 1 is actually going to have a slightly lower price on the 5 and 10-ounce bars than site number 2, but I'll show that in a graph at the end. Should explain everything pretty nicely for you with no confusion. So the original bullion site number 1 charges a premium of $4.35 per ounce on their cheapest 5-ounce silver bars. So pretty big drop considering their 1-ounce premium was $5.19. There's already a pretty substantial drop there going to a 5-ounce bar. Bullion site number 2, you're looking at $4.69 per ounce for a 5-ounce silver bar. Their 1-ounce price was $5.13, so again, a pretty drastic price drop there. Bullion site number 3, the cheapest price that they had on average for their 5-ounce bars was $3.11 per ounce. Bullion site number 4, the low premium was $2.97, and bullion site number 5, you are going to be charged $2.34 per ounce as a premium on their 5-ounce silver bars. I'm sure as you can see from these price fluctuations here how important it is to look at several places before you buy silver, especially if you're new to buying silver and you haven't really found a local coin shop that's near you. I know a lot of people struggle with that. I don't really have one super close to me. The closest decent one is about 45 minutes away. There's another one that I've gone to that's probably an hour and 15 minutes from my house. So it's just a lot more convenient sometimes for me to purchase online, especially when I notice a quick price drop or something. It's not going to affect some of these big bullion dealers that operate online as much as it would affect a local coin shop if you try to go in and clean out their supply after a massive price drop or something. So I definitely agree and understand that it's important to support your local coin shop. But if you look at these prices online, especially if things are really, really tight for you, if you can make it to the local coin shop and help him out, I'm sure he would appreciate it. But also sometimes you do need to get a little bit of extra metal, and if you don't have a lot of money to spare, sometimes you can actually find sites online that sell a lot cheaper than some coin shops. I know some coin shops near me have pretty high prices, and I don't understand that. It's like they don't even try to be competitive. So I would definitely highly recommend buying online, but find somewhere that has good prices and don't be paying these crazy premiums for silver. Now we're going to move on to the 10-ounce silver bars and yet another noticeable price drop. So, online bullion dealer number one, again with one of the two highest prices, they charge $4.19 per ounce on their 10-ounce cheapest bars on their site. Bullion site number two charges $4.23 per ounce on a 10-ounce bar. Now moving down into a slightly more reasonable range, bullion dealer number three charges $2.81 per ounce on their 10-ounce silver bars. Site number four goes for $2.37 over spot, which is definitely more affordable. And then rounding us out again with the cheapest price is bullion site number five at $2.34 per ounce. And again, this is all averaged over the 5 cheapest bars that are not on sale on all 5 of these websites. Believe me, I'm aware that I've repeated myself multiple times, but I'm trying to make this as clear and concise and as little confusion as possible. Now, a lot earlier on in my channel, I made a video explaining why I prefer to buy 10-ounce bars, and I spoke a little bit on people preferring kilos, people preferring coins and rounds and smaller bars and stuff. But if you look at the comparison here, you can see very clearly that the number one cheapest bar out of all 5 of these sites, regardless of 1, 5, or 10-ounce denominations, the cheapest one by far was the 10-ounce silver bar. The absolute cheapest website, which would have been site number 5, had 1 ounce premiums at $2.35, and even though that's a very low price, they're somehow able to drop it even lower to $1.90 per ounce for a 10-ounce bar. So out of all 5 websites, all 3 denominations, that was the only one that averaged less than $2 an ounce in premiums. Being able to buy silver for less than $2 an ounce in premium, even when you're only buying a single bar and you don't have to buy multiple for the deals, and you can get them even cheaper obviously on sale, but $1.90 per ounce over spot is a great deal. And when you're buying 10 ounces, you're guaranteeing that you're getting that low premium for all the ounces. So if you like to dollar cost average, buying chunks of ounces of silver at a time at low prices is a very good way to do that. Some of these sites, even buying in the 1 ounce increment, is still very affordable, so it's not a problem. I'm just showing you in numbers why I clearly believe that the 10-ounce bar is the best to buy. It's not nearly as expensive as the kilos, but it gets you a much better price than the 5 and the 1 ounce bars, and it's still pretty affordable. Across all 5 of these websites, the most expensive 1 ounce bar was $5.39 premium. The cheapest was $2.15 premium. Pretty big gap, so make sure you shop around. The most expensive 5 ounce bar I saw was going for a premium of $4.69, while the cheapest was going for as low as $1.85. The highest 10-ounce bar I saw was $4.37 an ounce premium, and the cheapest was $1.53, and that was not on sale. Now the last thing in this video that I'm going to touch on is something that I don't think I've ever seen someone speak about in a YouTube video, and that's the inconsistent spot prices advertised by these online sites. Their spot prices differ from Kitco's live price, and they all differ to certain variations. It's pretty interesting actually. Site number 1 had the highest listed spot price of $29.63, and the cheapest site, site number 5, they had their spot price listed at $29.42. That's something that's more of a site-by-site basis. It really doesn't have anything to do with the 1, 5, or 10-ounce silver bars in this video, but just something interesting that I figured I'd touch on while I was doing the math and doing all the research on the numbers. Something that I've definitely noticed before on my own, but I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about it. So I already gave you the dollars and cents version of these numbers. Now I'm going to show you the percentages. So as far as average percentage of the 5 bars on each site goes, the 1 ounce bars ranged anywhere from 7.98% as the absolute lowest from site number 5, and then all the way up to 17.51% premium on 1 ounce bars. And that is the lowest priced 1 ounce bars some of these sites had available, which is crazy. Nothing special, the most generic 1 ounce bar you've seen. They were charging 17.5% premium. The 5 ounce bars weren't much better. The lowest you could get on a premium for a 5 ounce bar on these sites was 7.95%, which is still almost 8%, and it went all the way up to 15.85%. So not really much of a discount, even though you're technically buying 5 times the amount. Still a lot better than 17.51% though. And lastly, and in my opinion most importantly, you have the 10 ounce bar with the premiums as low as 5.2%, and the highest they got up to was 14.74%. I wouldn't recommend buying from some of these sites, but still under 15% even for the really overpriced stuff. You see there's a noticeable discount even on these websites that kind of price gouge you. They raised their spot price higher than what Kitco even is calling, and not only that, but their premiums are a lot higher anyways. So there you have it. Those are all the numbers. If you look at those numbers and you say it's still worth it to you to have the fractional silver and you're going to go with 1 or 5 ounce, that's fine. But now you understand, you know, you can make a more educated decision and a purchase that works best for you. I'm going to stick to buying the 10 ounce bars as much as possible. If I find low premiums on 1 and 5 ounce, to me, that's the exact same thing as buying a low premium 10 ounce. So I'm not at all opposed to buying the smaller stuff if you get it on sale or if you can find it for a low price. That being said, I definitely have not kept this video very short. I tried to keep it as entertaining as possible. I'm not really the most exciting guy, but hopefully these numbers were what you clicked on the video for. Hopefully you found the information that you came for and I was able to help you out. If you're new to stacking, stick with it. It's great. Not a lot of downsides, honestly. Don't listen to the haters. There's always going to be haters. If you've been doing this for a while, then happy stacking. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are not. I'm trying to get to 1,000, try to get monetized and earn some more silver money. So I'd much appreciate it. Leave any comments if you have any thoughts on the video or if you have any suggestions for future content. I'd be more than willing to respond to you, possibly shout you out in a video. But keep coming back for more content. I'm going to keep trying to do my best to improve and put out videos that people want to watch and are educational. So thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.